Hey guys, it's Tamara here from fitknitchick.com. Welcome back to FKC's Knitting Bootcamp. Today we are going to learn the stocking stitch or the stockinette stitch, which is what most of you probably think of when you think about knitting. Stocking stitch is very, very simple to execute. It's going to be a combination of knit and purl stitches. You're going to knit on the right side of the fabric that faces you when you look out. You're going to purl on the wrong side of the fabric. So you'll be alternating knitting and purling rows. I recommend that you knit your first row so that you get a sense of what a knit stitch looks like. When you turn the needle, you're going to purl that row back. So just a couple of quick tips. Remember, when we're knitting or purling, the live stitches or the stitches that are on the needle are on the left needle and the working yarn is held out to the right. When we knit, we go in the front of the stitch with the yarn behind to wrap around. When we purl, we've got the yarn in front before we go into that stitch from the back side. Okay, so your homework's going to be to check out the video that I've linked up here on stocking or stockinette stitch and cast on 19 stitches as well as your slip knot. Knit and purl for a total of 20 rows. So you'll have 10 knit rows and 10 purl rows, all right? What it should look like when you're done, the front side of the fabric should look something like this. Nice, even, flat little V's sitting on one on top of the other. The back side of your fabric will look like this. Little bumps. Those are your purl bumps, all right? If it doesn't look like that, if it looks like that garter stitch swatch that we already did, then you know you purled when you should have knit, or vice versa, all right? So that's your first homework task. The last thing we need to learn how to do is to add those little decorative eyelets that you'll see in that cowl pattern I linked up. It's much, much simpler than it looks like. All you need to be able to do is knit 2 stitches together. I'll link up a video again to show you, but what you'll be doing is sticking your needle in through the first 2 stitches on the left needle, wrapping around, and that'll leave you with 1 stitch on your right needle. Now, if you just knit 2 stitches together all the way across, you'd end up with half the number of stitches that you needed by the end of the row. So every time we knit 2 together, immediately after, we're going to take our working yarn and we're going to wrap it once around the needle, counterclockwise, behind and then over the top. That's going to create a little loop, which will be the new stitch to replace the stitch you lost with the knit 2 together. Okay, so watch the videos that I've linked up, practice your stocking stitch. When you get good at that, try a row of knit 2 together, yarn over, all the way across, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over. That's going to give you your eyelet row. On the following row, you're just going to purl back. That will close those gaps and it'll look beautiful. I want to see your swatches up in the Facebook group when you're done. And as soon as I've seen at least half of you get to this point, we're going to be ready to cast on all 210 stitches for our cowl. Join and start knitting in the round. Talk to you guys soon.